Hello, guys. Welcome back to another XeroLinux Live. How's everyone? Is anyone in chat? Yo. Hopefully this time around we won't get any ISP issues. How's the audio? How's the video? How's everything? Is everything fine? No lag thus far. Thank you, Benji. Thank you, Initux. How's the video? How's everything? Sorry for the way I'm dressed. I just got back not too long ago from a nice day out. I will explain everything once more people start landing in. Sounding good. Thank you. So, you notice anything different from the decor? In the decor? It doesn't look like the other streams, does it? Well, it's simply because, hey, Vladimir, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Well, it's pretty simple why everything looks different. I got a wonderful birthday present because my birthday was last Tuesday. I'm 45 now. I can legitimately say midlife crisis. Well, I got a wonderful birthday gift. My brother invited us to his place in Dubai, UAE, and that's where I am. I'm in Dubai, UAE, at my brother's house, enjoying normal internet connection, gigabit down, gigabit up, just like you guys, most of you guys out there. It's sad it's going to be only short-lived for a week, at which time I'll be going back to the hellhole I came from. But suffice it to say that I'm benefiting as much as I can before I leave. I'm downloading all games on Steam that I can't download back home, and gonna be happy. Go back home, play the games that I was never able to play before. One of them being what's it called? The something. Anyway, thank you, Benji, for the late birthday wish. Thank you. Uh, as you all know by now, there are demo versions out there, free demo versions of XeroLinux for you to try out if you haven't tried it yet. Those are nothing but versions of XeroLinux that you can boot without the Calamares installer. You cannot install it, you cannot do anything, and you can just boot it and then test it out, give it a go, see how it feels, and only if you want, if you agree with my choices, if you want, you can donate and support the project and grab yourself a copy. With that on the side, I would like to also mention something about my current situation. I want to be candid with you guys. I need to find a job, so I cannot keep relying on XeroLinux to keep making me the kind of money that would allow me to pay for rent and everything and be completely autonomous. So, by the way, I need to thank each and every one of you guys who supported the project thus far. But that does not pay the bills. It pays some of the bills, but not all of them. So I decided to attempt at going back to Apple in Ireland, since my residency does not expire, it hasn't expired yet, doesn't expire until 2029. So why not take that chance? Benefit from that, the fact that my residency has not expired yet, and attempt at going back to Apple. I know it's not the best company out there. It does have its quirks. Every company has its quirks. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Apple because I do enjoy their devices. Not all of them, but some of their devices and their ecosystem. So, what do you think? I'm throwing this in your field. What do you think? Am I doing good with this or what? I'm throwing it in your field. So, what do you guys think? Is anyone? Alexi, la re pedimo. Thank you, Habibi. Happy soon to be birthday to you, cousin. Happy coming birthday to you. Your birthday's coming up soon. By the way, guys, if you see Alex in the chat, Alex Saleme is my cousin on my mother's side. So, Alexi. Yes, XeroLinux is the best. Thank you, Alexi. Christo Parapoli. Sorry, I'm speaking a little bit of Greek because my cousin is in Greece. So, thank you, Alexi. Yeah, exactly, Vladimir. I need to go where opportunities are, so I'm really considering going back there and doing whatever. Maybe I'm not gonna stop working on XeroLinux. As soon as I am stable enough, it'll become free, like I promised. I'm not gonna go back on my promise. XeroLinux will become free for everyone once I am stable enough and I'm making enough income to sustain myself and completely 100% independent. I made that promise to all of you guys and I will keep it. I will never back out on that. This is not, I'm not that type of person that backs out on his promises. Inetox, you should. That way you don't have to, no regrets. Yes, exactly, Inetox. I don't want to regret having this continuous regret that I didn't take advantage of my residency in Ireland and not found work. I need work. I cannot function like that. XeroLinux is doing well enough for a few bills, but I need to pay rent and insurance. I need to get myself insurance soon. I cannot keep, I'm getting older, not younger, so I need to get myself insurance. Without enough money, I can't get myself that insurance. So by working for Apple, they have insurance including dental. That's the best part of Apple, working for Apple. They include dental. That is amazing. Not a complete 100% coverage. They cover like, I don't know, 25%, and that's more than enough. Anyway, I rambled on long enough, and I thank you for all your best wishes, guys. But without further ado, let's get into customizing KDE Linux. But first, before we get there, I'm going to I need to explain what KDE Linux is to some people who don't know what it is. KDE Linux is the official, going to be, not is. It's not out yet. It's still in alpha stages, pre-alpha even. And as I said last time at my attempt of a stream, I'm not going to provide my opinion, to staying true to the requests of the KDE developers. I'm going to keep those until the final stable build is released. But what it will be is the official way the KDE developers are going to distribute KDE Plasma, the desktop environment. So I know it's a little bit confusing because some of you out there already know about KDE Neon being the official KDE distribution. It still is until the final build of KDE-Linux gets released. But the reason they're doing that is because with KDE Neon being based on Debian, okay, you will be getting the latest versions of KDE with KDE Neon, but they are at the mercy of their old dependencies, and that's not good. They don't have full control over the distribution and the underlying dependencies and packages and whatnot. So in order to do that, they decided to create their own distro. Now, there is one thing that I don't like about their upcoming distro, KDE distro, is the fact that it's an immutable distro. Right now, in its current state, it doesn't support Delta updates. So instead of getting just the changes, you will be, every time you run, if you download the pre-alpha version and run an update, it's always going to download the entire root directory, overriding it, overriding your change. So since it's an immutable, you can't change anything under the root. So it's gonna update the root directory, and then create since it uses BTRFS, it's going to create a snapshot in system deboot, because it uses system deboot. It's going to add a rollback option, just like NixOS and stuff like that. So there's always the rollback option, but there is no way to get Delta updates right now. You will be getting, like, the whole image is 7.6 gigabytes. And when you update, the update itself is almost 7 gigabytes. So because you're getting the whole distro overriding your system. Now, if you want to install, so because it is that way, you cannot install native packages. The only thing you can install are snaps, app images, or flatpaks. That's it. There is no way at all to install native packages, because it doesn't ship with Pacman, quite simply. It's based on Arch. It's not a Debian-based distro. It's based on Arch. It's based on Arch and without Pacman. So they're doing it kind of like the SteamOS way, but SteamOS does ship with Pacman, but they're removing Pacman. So the only thing you can install is Flatpaks. And to answer Inatux, Flatpaks makes theming complicated. No, it doesn't make theming complicated. Because how do you think XeroLinux themes Flatpaks? Flatpaks include an option called overrides. I will show you in a bit. But there's a feature in Flatpaks called overrides. If you apply a universal override telling the applications to use whatever GTK theme is applied, then all the applications will use whatever theme you have, GTK theme you have applied. It's an override. Now, with an immutable system where you cannot apply the overrides, because the overrides go in lib something something, Flatpaks overrides, yeah, that will be difficult on an immutable distro. Yeah, that's where it's gonna get difficult. We'll see what the future holds with KDE-Linux, but yeah. Yeah, location overrides, that's going to, well, .themes is there in your home directory, but it's the overrides file itself. It can be in .local share Flatpaks overrides, but that doesn't work all the time. The one in the lib, Flatpaks overrides, that's the only one that works. And unfortunately, you won't be able to do that on KDE-Linux right now. I don't know what the future holds. It's still early days, so I don't know. But there you go. This is KDE-Linux. So this is KDE-Linux. And as you can see, it's very basic KDE. Now, I did prepare everything this time around, so we don't get into issues, but I'm going to show you the command that you should run to update it. Sudo update, oops, ctl update. So you see, this is the command that you should type. Sudo systemctl update. Sudo update-ctl update. This is the only way you update, and you will see what will happen right now. If there is an update. Oh, there is an update. So the update is today's update. But as you can see, it's going to take a while because it's 7.6 gigabytes in size. Are you guys still in chat? So while we wait for it to update, since I am on a gigabit connection and unlimited, so we can wait for it. But this is how you update KDE-Linux. So yeah, it's kind of odd not having Pacman on an Arch-based distro. But it is what it is, I guess. It's to protect, to have more control, not to protect, to have a little bit more control. It's not very, well, of course it's slow because the package is hosted by the KDE devs, and their mirrors are limited since it's still in pre-alpha stages. It's not a wrapper for Pacman. Inetox, no. It's not a wrapper for Pacman, unfortunately. Although it does download an Arch package, but it's not a wrapper for Pacman. It's a special thing that the KDE devs, I guess, created. No, it's not even for Flatpak. Because I'll show you once that's done that Flatpaks won't get updated with this. You update Flatpaks separately. It's an immutable atomic distro, yes. Mightiest. And welcome to the stream. By the way, I forgot to mention the goal. Today we just have a whatever $5 super chat onwards. As many as you want. I set it to 10, but if you want to help the project survive, this is a way you can do it. Well, mightiest, that's not true, because if you think about the SteamOS is immutable, yet it still has Pacman. It even has Peru, the AUR helper. Don't know why they included Peru, but yeah, whatever. But it still has Pacman, although it's an immutable Arch-based distro. So yeah, there you go. So basically, KDE-Linux right now is what it will be in the future is a distro where the KDE devs have total control over all the packages to test KDE. That way people can test KDE, give it KDE a go before selecting it as their desktop environment of choice. And it ships exactly the way the KDE devs want to ship KDE. It will include everything, every KDE package they create. So it's up to us, that's what I do on XeroLinux. It's up to us, the distro maintainers, to select what packages from KDE to include on our distro. That's what I do, yeah. So I selected not all packages, so I don't include any of the KDE games. They're useless. They're very tiny games. They're kind of useless. So I don't include those. I make my selection of like Dolphin plus Dolphin plugins. Some distros just ship Dolphin without the plugins, and the plugins to me are very important because they include the Git plugins, which are important for me as a maintainer or as a person with a GitHub account. Sometimes immutable distros create more problems than benefits. Yes, Vladimir, true. But with KDE, it's not supposed to do anything. It's just supposed to ship KDE the way the KDE devs want to ship it. Like if you're talking Bazite, Bazite is a custom distro. Bazite is a custom immutable distro, atomic distro. They ship drivers, they ship a lot of things which KDE will not ship. So update is done. That was legitimately quick. Back home in Lebanon, it would have taken me an hour and a half. So awesome. Now I will show you. I will run Flatpak update. You might see you have Flatpak updates. So the update.ctl update does not include Flatpaks. It includes just the root directory. So system root directory does not include Flatpaks. And all the KDE apps included with KDE-Linux are as Flatpaks, as you can see. KDE Arc, KDE Haruna, KDE Kate, KDE Kwrite, KDE Ocular. So they're shipped as Flatpak. Dolphin is shipped as a Flatpak. Every single KDE package application is shipped as a Flatpak. There you go. Let's reboot to get the, and I will as you can see, we have the generations or the rollback or the images, whatever you want to call them. I can roll back to yesterday's, before the 10th or the 8th. So I can roll back easy. And it, as you can see, it's system deboot. I don't know why they chose that. I prefer grub, but can't satisfy everyone. So I'm gonna boot to the latest. And there you go. It's booting. KDE-Linux is very important because no distro packs KDE properly. Correct, mightiest. Thank you for summarizing it well. You tested many distros on macOS Tahoe theme installation via GUI, failed on all of them except KDE Neon and Arch. Other issues. Well, if you want to install themes, and here's another, this brings me to something I recommend to every user using KDE. It's never install themes from the AUR or as a native package. Always install icon themes, cursors, desktop themes, window decorations, and what have you from source. They were never meant to be installed as packages, because if you install them as packages, they're gonna go into the root directory, because package managers do not have access to your home directory. They install everything in user share. No, that's wrong. If you go read the documentation on every single theme on GitHub, you will see that it will tell you always install from source. That's the only way you get the best experience. Never, ever, ever, ever install from a package manager, be it terminal or GUI. Always install from source. XeroLinux does not have theme issues, many theme issues, because XeroLinux installs the theme from source. And we have an option in the toolkit to update the KDE and GTK themes from it. So you go to the customization, you run the option U, and it will update lay-in from source, not as a package. Yes, I am using Virt Manager, Hussam. I love Debian because I can safely install extensions and themes from repos. No, it has nothing to do, Vladimir. Themes were never meant to be installed from repos. GitHub only, source only. If you install them from as native packages, whatever the distro is, the maintainer of the theme will tell you no. Please install from source. Many of the theme maintainers will tell you that. My theme from GitHub project. Correct, Initux. That's the way it's meant to be. That's why there are less issues. Anywho, what is this? KDE console. Okay, console has moved. Okay, so that tells me that console has moved. Okay. Oh, console is not there. Here, console is not included. They removed the terminal. This is funny. This is way too funny. There's no way for us to... Uh-oh. There's no console. Kitty, maybe? Nope. Let's see. Could not open AppStream Kitty desktop because there was enough on software repositories. Oh yeah, the repositories. You only have access to those. So mostly GitHub. I mean Flatpaks. So let's say we look for console. Oh scheiße. Oh, there is console. Oh, we can install console. Finally, I thought console was gone. Why was console uninstalled? I don't know. Okay, console. Holy shit. I thought console was gone. Without console, can't do anything. So, want to begin customizing themes uploaded on KDE Store. They are supposed to be installed from get new package in... Well, yes, exactly. And where do those come from? They either come from KDE Store, the way they're meant to be gotten, or GitHub. They send you to a GitHub page. I always install from GitHub, regardless if they're available on KDE Store or not, because the KDE Store, to me, in my opinion, and that's only my opinion, more times than I feel comfortable with, they end up being broken. So I just go to the theme page on KDE Store, click on the GitHub link, and go directly grab it directly from GitHub. No issues there. That matches the GK for a libit Weta look. Yes, it's called Qt Adwaita, libit Weta Qt, something like that. You will find it on the AUR, but don't get it from the AUR. Click on the source to go to the GitHub and install it from there. Yeah, but it did only work on KDE Neon and Arch Linux. Yeah, I know it worked on KDE Neon, and I know I read what you said, but it's better to install from GitHub. This is my opinion. You can do whatever you want in the end if it works for you, but I've never had any issues installing from source. So instead of wondering why after an update it broke, and plus when you get it from KDE Store, you won't get updates for it. If the maintainer pushes an update to the theme, you won't receive the update because there's nothing that supports theme updates unless you're using XeroLinux, which has Updatifier. But if you're using KDE normally, you won't get theme updates unless you're using Discover, which I don't recommend anyone use. But so if you install it from GitHub, from source, you just do a git pull, you get the latest changes, and reinstall. Fedora, Kubuntu, Endeavor, CashOS, all... Yeah, because I don't know why they don't update the back end. Anyway, let's begin customizing. Okay, so this is XeroLinux that I got, but I cannot run the install since we don't have Kate. So first off, let's go to Lion KDE. That's I got this from source. So I open terminal here. Okay, and I do git pull. Fatal, no get parent and mount point, stopping file system boundary discovery across file system not set. What does that mean? Git. Oh yeah, Git is there. Why is it saying that? Interesting. I don't know why it's saying that, but okay. Oh yeah, why did I close terminal? So we run dot in. Huh? Why didn't it open in this directory? Open terminal here. So it's not opening terminal here. Okay. So let's do cd. Okay. Git pull. See, there were some changes. Good thing I did that. So now we run. Oops, not there. Okay. Install, not caps lock, install.sh, and install finished. As you can see, finished. Hello. Yep, as you saw, I was able to grab the latest updates without having to go and wander and keep looking, go looking for the theme again on KDE Store and whatnot. I did just get a git pull and it worked. So, all right. So now we installed the KDE theme, but before I continue, there will be some aspects where we won't be able to theme. Let me see if we can find Kevantum on the theme store. Kevantum. Oh yeah, where is it getting from? Oh, it's a flat hub. Oh, that scares me, but installing it from, well, I don't know, they didn't update it or whatever, 27.6, I don't know. So Kevantum we have. Okay, so what else? Let's go back. Let's go to the KDE version. No, not XeroLinux, Layin GTK. Okay, with Layin GTK, we need to read the README first because it's a special thing. Okay. So there are commands. See? To be able to benefit from the libadwaita part, if you download a GTK4 application, for example, that uses libadwaita, to benefit from the Layin theme, you have to run it with this. So I'm going to use the C dark because we need the dark version. So we cd into here. For whatever reason, opening the terminal in here doesn't work. So git pull again. Get the latest. Oh yeah, there were updates. Now we do install .sh -c dark -l for libadwaita -c dark. And now we have it installed in the system. We're not going to apply anything yet because we're not done. Now we need the Tela circle icons. We need to read the README again because we need to install the purple one. So in order to install the purple one, we use -c purple. Okay, so we go in here, we cd into this one, cd Ctrl+Shift+V, git pull to get the latest version. Oh my God. Always updates. Now we do install dash, what did we say? Oh, we need the dark. Okay, so which one? Install color version? No. Mm, oh, okay. So dash C dark. Okay. Dash C purple. Purple. Okay. So it's gonna install the purple theme. What else do we need? I think that's it. Okay. What else? What else? XeroLinux. Open with nightly. Image magic. Can we find it in this? Image magic. Nope, image magic is not here. So fast fetch will not work. That's gonna be annoying. Oh, we need. Yeah, we need all my posh. Oh my posh. Oh my posh. Did I install all my posh? Let me see. Control Alt T. Oh my posh. Oh my posh. Is it one word? Oh my posh? No. Okay, we need to install oh my posh. Sorry guys, I can't see chat, so let me see. Ooh, a lot of you chatted. 1 second. Okay. Oh. Are you still following me, guys? Because I don't see any of you in chat. So sorry, because I can't see chat while I'm working. I only have one monitor, so when I'm working on KDE, hey Don, hey D-Dubs. I was gonna say your full name. D-Dubs, welcome. Isn't all my parts the bash version? Yeah. All my Posh is its own set of prompts. Yeah, it's kind of what you're saying. But we're not gonna install it now because it's complicated to install, so we can stick without it. What else do we need? Let me check. What else do we need? I'm looking at my install script to see if I'm missing anything. Oh my Posh, we need fast fetch. We have fast fetch. So, okay. Okay, we done the KDE theme. Okay, Vinceluce. Okay, everything is done. Okay, so now what we are going to do is create a backup of our .config folder. And okay, so first I need to cd in here. Cd into zip, 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 zip. Now the Kventum theme might not work because we installed Kventum as a flatpak, so okay. So git pull, there's no need here because it's my rise. So okay, so we're gonna do this. Control home, control copy, control shift V. Okay, done. What else? Then we need to add those to the root directory because guess what? Oh, the root directory we can't do because it's immutable. Sorry. Okay. That's about it. I think we can reboot now. Yeah, grub we cannot update because it's immutable, unfortunately. But yeah. Okay, now we can reboot. Let's see if it worked, guys. D-Dubs. Hey. It's okay. It says my name in chat. Okay. We cannot install native packages on KDE-Linux. What we are talking about now is KDE-Linux. It's an atomic immutable / immutable distro. Cannot replace. We cannot install native packages. We can only install flatpaks. We can only install app images or snaps, HRF. And D-dubs don't say anything negative. But anyway. Uh, uh, okay, talking amongst yourselves, it's POSIX, whatever. All right, so as you can see, we have somewhat XeroLinux installed, but since we don't have Pacman, uh, it's not going to detect anything. So what are we missing? Falcon? We can get that from the store, and this one will not work because that's that's my toolkit. So since we don't have my toolkit, we can change the desktop wallpaper. Let's put it the usual. Where's the default? Default. Where's the default? Default. Where's the new default? Hello. The KDE 6. Okay, that one. Okay. Okay. So discover. Since we only can install from Discover, which I recommend no one use, but hey, Falcon install. Okay, and then what's the other missing one? Packseek we cannot install. Unpin. And now Falcon is working because that's the one I include on XeroLinux. So we got Falcon installed, we got XeroLinux basically. And by the way, AppDataFire, what I love about AppDataFire, it supports updating themes if you install them from the KDE store, and widgets, plasmoids. So I'm gonna update the plasmoids. Oh, it's not gonna work because we don't have Pacman. I need, okay, we don't have check updates. So it's AppDataFire is not gonna work, basically, it's broken. So there you go, we got XeroLinux on KDE-Linux. So to a certain degree. That was easy. What do you think? We pulled it off, didn't we? Well, okay. Discover is, well, I'm not hating on Discover, don't get me wrong. It's just not very stable. Sometimes it updates and sometimes it doesn't. It fails at updating, and adding custom repositories works, sometimes doesn't work. It's a mess. I prefer installing everything via terminal. It's the best way to update and install packages. If users prefer GUIs, then you got a lot of GUIs to select from wherever. You have Discover, you have Octopi, you have Bahoo, you have a million different ones. So, but yeah, panel colorizer is included with XeroLinux. You wanna see? I will prove it. Right click on this. Oh, configure panel colorizer. There you go. Need I say more? Hello. Oh, jeez. Nah, there's a bug. Poo, 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 poo. Oh, shit. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Use the terminal, like Inetox said. I don't create presets. I use whatever's there. I'm not a ricer anymore. I have the default XeroLinux rice, and that's what I keep using, updating, modifying, tweaking, and whatever. But that's it. I'm done with. I'm not the type of person who makes beauty shots to post on Unix porn. I don't do that. It's not. I don't like. I call for me, for my type of work, it's a waste of time. I prefer to make the distro, keep the distro maintained, up to date, and functional, instead of wasting time on making it look sexy and making a million different rices. Reddit is a toxic wasteland. It depends on which subreddit you land on. I don't like generalizing. Generalizing is wrong. But yeah, for the most part, it can be, yes. Yeah, exactly, HRF. To each his own. Uh, but yeah, I included it. I included colorizer because I wanted to make the panel a little bit more transparent. That's all. But anyone can use it to make it look good for Unix porn screenshots. Why not? That's the strong point for KDE. Customization, rising. I got called corporate shill for pre-ordering Doom the Dark Ages in our Linux gaming. I decided to leave Reddit then. Well, yeah, you were at the wrong subreddit. Why XeroLinux? And zero is written wrong. Zero is XERO, but why XeroLinux over Arch? I'm not saying XeroLinux is better than Arch. I never said that. You will never catch me saying that. All I'm saying is XeroLinux. What XeroLinux is an easier way to introduce people to Arch Linux. You install it with next, 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 next in Calamares, and then you got a toolkit that will kind of guide you without holding your hand every step of the way, guide you through to learn how to use it with a good looking KDE desktop or GNOME, whichever spin you select. But it gets new people into Arch Linux easier, because if you have to go with Arch Linux, you have to do everything yourself. You have to know the packages, you have to know everything. Arch does not help you. There's the Arch Wiki, but who reads the Arch Wiki? You should read the Arch Wiki. I'm not saying the Arch Wiki is bad, but nobody wants to bother reading the Arch Wiki. Nobody wants to bother doing the effort. Not nobody, but not many people want to bother making the effort to get a system up and running. They want something easy to install, easy to get up and running, easy, 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 easy. So that's XeroLinux. Yeah, in a way, yeah. KDE-Linux HRF dude, as you saw, as you are looking at the screen, right? You're watching the video. KDE-Linux, you can customize it, as I have just proven, but not perfectly, because you have missing packages, you have no way to install native packages, and you are limited to Flatpaks. So currently, it's not usable as a daily. It's just a pre-alpha. But as I have proven right now, we were able to customize it. And then you start installing Flatpaks. That's it. And yeah, I was talking Mightiest. I was talking about Arch install. Yeah, Arch install is easy for us who know what we're doing, but for a noob, they're gonna go through the options, and they're gonna say, well, what do I do? How do I format? Which file system should I use? Whatever, and there's nothing guiding them. With XeroLinux, they can just do next, 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 like they're doing on Windows, like they do with applications on Windows. Done deal. They have a good-looking KDE desktop with a toolkit that will guide them through installing applications and everything. So yeah, that's the difference between XeroLinux and Arch. Arch, read the Arch Wiki, figure things out on your own. XeroLinux, install it and start learning. Difference. Yeah, the user space is not immutable. The home directory is not immutable, but there are some things that need to go into the system, like native packages, binaries and stuff. You can't do that. You have to install them as Flatpaks. But yeah, as you can see, we have customized KDE Linux. Kello, duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Alla subsacchera. True. Ah, here. Huh? Okay. Bada ekrita. Sorry, guys. I'm mumbling. So for some reason, something got lost in translation. Uh, okay. So this one is okay. So this one I don't need. This one I need. So what do you think, guys? So this one will not work because it's my toolkit, but we can replace it with anything. This is the Falcon, this is Dolphin, but as you can see, oh yeah, forgot about Kvantum. So Kvantum. Ooh, we don't have Kvantum, although we installed it. Oh, I guess Kvantum is not there. It didn't get installed as a Flatpak because apparently it wasn't Kvantum the application. Yeah, I told you. Like, this is a prime example that there are things we cannot do. So, and what I love about KDE is the fact that we got application permissions, which is Flatpak permissions. It's included in the settings. We don't need to install Flatseal or anything else to manage permissions for Flatpaks. There you go. It's included in the KDE settings. I love KDE. I will never stop loving it. So you cannot pry it out of my cold, dead hands, as they say. So yeah, it's still limited right now. It's not perfect. It's still in pre-alpha, but I guess whenever it reaches stable, I'll maybe make my my rice available for it, taking into account that it's immutable status. But yeah, so back to me. Mhm. Give me a second. Uh, Last time I tried that is, what's your thoughts on Omarshi? Uh, okay, you're talking to D-Dubs. I'm just reading chat, guys. Give me a second. Okay. If KDE Linux had a system like OS3, it would be more used. It will HRF. It's still in pre-alpha. That's why it doesn't have Delta updates. It will have Delta updates like OS3 in the future. DistroBox, you can do DistroBox, but I don't know if you can install it because there's no Pacman and DistroBox is not available on Discover. So, and it's not available on as a Flatpak. So I don't know if you could do DistroBox on KDE-Linux. Yeah, Mandy, welcome to the stream, by the way. But yeah, that's what I love about KDE. It's right there in the settings. I wish GNOME did it, but I guess they don't like to do it. They want people to download Flatseal instead. I don't know. GNOME boxes. Well, yeah, GNOME. Some DistroBox stuff are on Flatpak, like GNOME boxes. Yeah, Box Buddy. Box Buddy is a client for DistroBox, but you need DistroBox, the native package, the actual DistroBox package, in order for Box Buddy to use it. Yeah, Box Buddy, it's not DistroBox. Box Buddy uses DistroBox that is installed on your system to create boxes. Vert Manager is also on FlatHub. Yeah, Vert Manager, but it's missing a lot of QEMU elements. Let's just put it that way. It doesn't include all the QEMU elements, and plus it doesn't have a lot of required permissions. It does. It does. The Box Buddy does. I tried it without DistroBox. It had to install DistroBox. When you download the Box Buddy and you try to create a DistroBox or whatever, it will start installing DistroBox as a native package in the background. So yeah, no, it doesn't work on KDE-Linux yet. You think you're using the standalone, but in the back end, it's installing DistroBox because it requires it. You have to look what it does on the back end. Yeah, GNOME boxes is, even if you install it on GNOME, it's a limited version of Vert Manager. It's missing a lot of QEMU elements, and it doesn't support Wayland yet. So it runs on Wayland, but if you install a guest OS that runs Wayland, good luck. You get a beautiful black screen. LXC containers are for Dockers. So I prefer not to use them. I prefer to use LXC for Docker instead of using it for, because LXC are using Alpine. LXCs are using Alpine. So yeah. Yeah, QEMU KVM is amazing. If it came to me, I prefer Proxmox. I use Proxmox on my mini PC, and I will not show you because I will leak my home lab URL. But basically, I have a home lab running on a mini PC, and I use and that home lab. The way I have it installed is I have Proxmox installed on the server, Proxmox VE, and I created a VM that runs that has Arch, basic Arch. So I don't know how to call it, Arch server if you want. So only TTY, and I have Docker Compose and Docker installed, and I have all my Docker containers installed on Arch on an Arch VM on Proxmox. So, and it's been running great ever since, and no issues whatsoever. Some people call me crazy for running Arch as a server, but I ain't. Trust me, I ain't no crazy person because I know Arch, I know how to fix it in case of issues, and all it has is Docker, Docker Compose, Fast Fetch, and my toolkit installed. That's it. That's all it's got on the server, and my Docker containers, of course. But Docker contain and it has Portainer installed. But Portainer is a Docker container that manages Docker containers. I love that system, so it works. I prefer I use Podman for containers. I don't use Podman. I use Docker Compose, terminal. I'm in love with the terminal. Proxmox is amazing. It's the best VM tool I've ever used. And what I love about Proxmox, you can have virtual machines on multiple systems, and you connect them to the main system as nodes, and you can manage them from a single UI. Wonderful. And Proxmox backup, you can set up a third machine as a dedicated Proxmox backup. I don't know what Nix rootless mode. I gave up Nix. I just used it for 32 days, and I called it quits because Nix is not for me. GNOME boxes is as useless as a GNOME and other GNOME apps. No, I can't say that, but it is not very functional. PVE is awesome. Yep, GNOME apps are great when you are using GNOME. Correct, Inetox. And that's another thing I wanted to mention. A lot of people think that I use like a lot of GNOME applications on KDE. No, I prefer to use whatever the desktop environment ships. So I stick to Qt for KDE, GTK on GNOME, and so on and so forth. So I do have, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to be a liar, but I do use a few GTK apps because there are no similar Qt versions. So I use Bottles, it's a GTK 3 based app, or no, it's a GTK 3 based app. I use what else do I use? It's a GTK app. I use a few GTK apps, like 5 or 6. You can still count them. I don't use a lot of GTK apps. I prefer to stick to Qt applications because I like consistency. If you haven't noticed yet, but that XeroLinux is as consistent as I could make it. I love consistency. It's because I love consistency from Grub onwards. And let me take this opportunity. We've been live for I don't know how long. We've been live for I don't know, an hour 10 minutes. Okay, let me take the opportunity to remind you guys that I have a goal set on the live stream. Super chats, if you can help reach 10 small super chats, that'll be great. It would help the project a lot. And if you want to donate after the stream, the links to my private and project related boxes are in the description. Anyway, let's see. 9.0 is super upgrade. Yep, it is. DDubs 904 is out now, I think, for Proxmox. Yeah, okay. On my server, I use Proxmox. Yeah. If you theme GTK 3, 4, and Qt right, unified platform. Yeah, that's the best part of KDE. If you theme, let's say, if you go dark mode, not only Qt apps will go dark mode, but so will GTK apps. They're currently working on a new theme engine for KDE. Hopefully, it will make using themes much better. And once it's out, we have to wait for theme developers to update their themes to make them compatible with that. So it will take a while. Qt Proton Up. No. I use Proton Plus. It's a GTK app. I know Proton Up Qt is a Qt app, but I prefer Proton Plus, which is a GTK libadwaita for GTK4 libadwaita app. I don't use PyWall because PyWall is dead. There's PyWall 16, which is a fork of PyWall that is currently maintained, but PyWall itself is dead. It's by the same maintainer of NeoFetch. He went farming. He decided to go farming. KDE is much better at integrating GTK apps than GNOME is with Qt. Exactly, Vladimir. GNOME doesn't even apply dark theme to all apps. That is correct. I wanted to mention that, but... Oh, 905 is out. I need to update my version when I go back home. Because currently I'm in Dubai at my brother's place because that was his gift to me. But yeah, when I get back home on next Friday, I'll make sure to update. I've done unified look on GNOME, KDE, WMs multiple times. Yeah, consistency. Love consistency. Nothing against KDE Plasma, but I just really like GNOME. Yeah, Inatux. Respect. I respect every person for whatever they like. You like GNOME because it suits your needs better than KDE. There's nothing wrong with that. I will respect everyone for whatever they use. I'm not one of those toxic people who you encounter on a lot of on Discord, who tells you, oh, because you're using this or that, you're dumb and whatever. Toxic people, I don't welcome them. That's why my server doesn't have a lot of users. It's because I don't like toxic people. Some DEs are harder, but still possible. Yep. Danny Day-Lewis left acting for shoemaking for a while, so leaving programming for farming is not that bad. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I'm just letting everyone know that PyWall itself is dead, so is NeoFetch and everything that this developer created because he decided to go farming, so you need to find forks. And one of the forks of PyWall is PyWall 16, and that fork is being maintained. So, sorry I don't have anything to show you guys. It's not my PC, so I just got my VM up and running on a spare desktop that my brother has quickly to be able to come live because last week it was a disaster. So yeah, it's just us chilling here. Ko-Fi. Ko-Fi. 100% on Ko-Fi because YouTube takes 30%. Ko-Fi takes the reason Ko-Fi takes 5% is because I opted for that because I want to support a platform that's helping me in good ways, in many very good ways. So there's an option on Ko-Fi to pay out of my income, pay 5% or not pay 5%. By not paying 5%, I don't lose anything. But by paying 5%, I get to support the platform. So I am all for supporting whenever I can. So they take 5% out of my income instead of 30 that YouTube does. And since the donations I receive on Ko-Fi are so small, it's better to pay 5% than 30% on YouTube. Because if you donate $5 on YouTube, they're going to take a 30% cut and I'm going to receive what's left. Yeah, the goal, I have a goal for super chats, but that's for whoever prefers to donate on YouTube, because not everyone likes to use Ko-Fi, especially since I don't support PayPal because my country doesn't support it. But therefore they prefer to pay on YouTube because it's connected to their accounts. There's multiple ways you can donate. You can send super chats on YouTube. You can click on one of the 3 links to donate. So whatever way, it's up to you. Not forcing. So yeah. Yeah, thank you, Enatox. Thank you so much. Uh, but oh, you use Nix HRF. Okay, okay. That I was using Nix, but I lost interest in it because I got to the flakes part and I was like, it's too complicated to maintain. I already have a distro to maintain, and I prefer working on Arch because I know Arch very well. So Arch is like my comfortable home. Nothing wrong with that. And if uh, there's a lot of people who come on YouTube or on Discord, they just start making fun of me just because I'm using because sorry, I looked at my watch. I don't need to look at my watch because well, I forgot what I was saying. But anyway, thank you, Anatox, for the notification on that. Yeah, I prefer to use. I don't force anyone to do anything. So you want to donate, donate. You don't want to donate, it's fine by me. I'm not gonna hate you for that. I'm not allowed to hate you. I will love you either or, either way. Sorry, either way. So I respect you that you understand where I'm coming from and my vision and the way I do things, but there are some people who don't agree. They come on YouTube, they spew out their bad words, and they make fun of me because I'm using Arch. I'm like, you want to make fun? Go ahead, make fun. I'm I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna change the way I do things just because you decided that Arch is stupid. Okay, you don't like Arch? I'm not telling you to use Arch. But don't tell me that I'm stupid for using it. It's like me telling a person they're stupid because they're moving their mouths the wrong way. So yeah. You don't do well with Nix either. Don't go on the time. Well, exactly, Benji. انت موافق. Okay, HRF. انت موافق. You're okay. You agree. Uh, and by the way, D-dubs. Don't think I'm leaving Nix without ever wanting to coming back. It raised my interest to a certain degree that I might come back at some point and mess around and maybe use Home Manager. Who knows? But right now, I need the NVMe for something else, so I had to get rid of it. Gentoo is, I can't say anything about Gentoo. Never used it, never will. Uh, yeah, Nix doesn't fit my needs either, but it's interesting. I just find it interesting and weird. Uh, Home manager on Linux, on Arch Linux. Yeah, I prefer not to do that. It's like creating a Frankenstein Arch. Yeah, yeah, it works for you. Okay, cool, it works for you. But anyway, guys, I don't want to ramble on for too long. Thank you for coming with me to this stream. I have proven that you can customize KDE Linux, talked a little bit about it, and chatted with you guys. 20 minutes we have left. So, one last thing I want to discuss with you guys is do you agree do you agree with the fact that some people are saying Flatpak should be the only package G, not I should rephrase that. Do you agree that Flat Hub should be the main way to be able to install GUI applications? I'm not talking about system applications. System applications native, but I'm talking about GUI apps, graphical apps. Do you agree that it should be the main way people should install applications? Yeah, when you start working on Nix, you lose track of time. It's normal. How's Serbian winter? How would I know? Oh, yeah, I should know because I was there during last winter. It's pretty cold, but the cold over there doesn't feel the same as the cold in Lebanon because we have humidity in Lebanon, whereas in Serbia, especially Novi Sad, there's no humidity because it's far, far away from sea. Anyone to be the only repo? Yeah, I agree with what you said, Vladimir. I disagree as well. There should be multiple ways to install packages, offer options, but not too many options. We have to be. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Yeah. We shouldn't give too many options, but have a few options for users to select from. Exactly, D-dubs. Yep. So let's say a let's say Logitech. Just an example off the top of my head because I'm using a Logitech webcam. But it's like if Logitech released their application as a Flatpak only, would you go attack them or would you agree with them and just install the Flatpak application and be on your merry way? There are many programs that make use of Flatpak and aren't hosted on FlatHub. Yeah, I don't like that. It's a little bit confusing. Yeah, true, but still. Yeah. So if a company, let's say a hardware manufacturer, decided to provide you with the application to run their hardware as a Flatpak, you won't have an issue with that. Nobody should have an issue with that. They're allowed to distribute their software however they want. I do agree with that part. Yeah, but HRF, dude, that's what I'm saying. But some manufacturers decide to release their applications and like OBS, for example. OBS and bottles, they only support the flat pack version of their packages. They will never ever support native packages, be it on the AUR or on distro repositories. They will throw you cold water if you try to ask for support after installing the native package or the AUR package. If it's not the Flatpak, you're ignored. Do you agree with that? Oh yeah, me too, Inetox. I'm talking about verified Flatpaks. I'm not talking about unverified ones. Bring more renders into Linux. Yeah, we need to get more renders into Linux. That's true. Even simple things like RGB management software that you get in Windows but not Linux. Wow. Yeah, I agree with that. But there is OpenRGB, OpenRazor. There are applications distributed as Flatpaks that make the hardware work. Yeah, Flatpak would help that. Yep, true. Yeah, Fender recently put out a DAW on Flatpak only. Yeah, digital audio workstation, whatever the W stands for, workstation, I think. Whatever, DAW, digital audio workstation. I'm not an audio guy, so I don't know. Uh, I know. Sometimes it's not the best idea to release an application for a hardware product on FlatHub, especially that Flatpaks require a lot of permissions. Yeah, I sometimes they make the wrong decision. Yeah, true. OpenRGB works pretty well for my hardware. Yeah, for me it doesn't detect my motherboard, but yeah, I need to install a lot of complicated stuff in the system. I'd rather not do that, so I left it at Rainbow Puke. Yeah, digital audio workstation. Well, I still remember. For a lot of people, it's hit or miss with OpenRGB again in comparison to Windows. Yes, true. OpenRGB requires a lot of tinkering to get a lot of hardware working with it, but hey, I suffered from it, so I decided not to use it and just to stick to Rainbow Puke. With auto detect, easy git manage. Yeah, true. OpenRGB has a lot of plugins too, helps hardware support a bit. Yeah, but again, you had to sometimes you have to tinker to get your hardware to work, or you have to talk to the developers to generate support for your hardware. It's a complicated situation with OpenRGB. Yeah, that's not something great. That's why I love my Rainbow Puke now. Yeah, Armory Crate is not great. I hate it. If BF6 came as a flat BF6 came as a flat in a tux, come on. A 60 gigabyte game as a flatpak, really? Nice joke. Yeah, BF. Yesterday, I was watching Air Max's stream, and somehow I don't know how what the fluke was with him. He was able to play BF6 on Windows with secure boot turned off. But that was a fluke because as soon as he went to Linux and then rebooted back into Windows, he wasn't able to launch it. But that was a weird fluke. He was able to play it for 3 hours with secure boot off, but as soon as he went to Linux and back into Windows, boom, he was flagged and he wasn't able to launch the game. That was a weird fluke. What could go wrong? Yeah. Yep, yep, exactly. But I don't know how the hell he was able to play the game without secure boot, but he's no longer able to. But he was able to for 3 hours, a 3 hour session. Yeah, in a tux. Yeah, you were there. That was a fluke. That was a weird fluke. And to get and don't get me started on getting art. I mean, let's say CachyOS running with secure boot secure boot enabled because he tried with grub for hours. He failed. As soon as he switched to system deboot, it was just fine. So I don't know what he did wrong on grub, or if grub doesn't support secure boot nowadays. I don't touch secure boot. I don't care about secure boot. If a game requires secure boot, I don't buy it. I don't download it. I don't play it. I don't agree with all this anti-cheat shenanigans because I need my cheats, but not the multiplayer cheats, just the single player cheats. I love those. Sorry, but I can't play a game without them. You use system deboot. Yeah, system deboot works with secure boot, but for whatever reason, he couldn't get it to work on grub, and I'm not even gonna try. Yeah, I'm not gonna even try to set up secure boot because I don't care for it. If games require secure boot, I'm just not gonna play them or pay the money for them. So yeah, I'm a single player game player. Basically, I enjoy single player games. I don't like multiplayer games. I don't care about them. I play for the story. I don't play for the competition or the challenge. I don't care about challenges. If I want to challenge myself, I challenge myself mentally doing Linux. There you go. So I'm not a gamer. I'm not saying nobody should like games. I'm talking about me. I don't like gaming, multiplayer games. I just enjoy single player games because I can sit back and play them at my own pace, and I can god mode and one hit kill because it's the story that I care about, not the challenge. Yeah, I don't know what he did yesterday or what he was doing wrong on cache. Maybe something wrong with Cache OS. Maybe their guide is outdated. I don't know. But I'm not even gonna try because I don't need secure boot for anything. Yeah. So why do I need the challenge if I'm playing for the story? Like Doom the Dark Ages. I enjoyed the story. It's not about the challenge. I finished the game within 7 hours. Total of 7 or 10 hours. The story was nice. The challenge, I didn't care for it. The challenge sometimes there no amount of god mode or unlimited ammo or whatever would help you finish the game because sometimes the game does have challenges like puzzles and stuff like that no amount of those would allow you to bypass, so you still challenge your brain. uh, oh yeah. HR dude. Yeah, whatever happened to the games putting cheats inside the games, like GTA, like Sonic, like Mario, and those on. Oh, I remember those days. Only co-op game I play, Borderlands. Yeah, Borderlands. I play it for the story. I don't play it for the co-op part. I stopped at Borderlands 2 because Borderlands 3 I found it way too big for me. Borderlands 3 received a lot of DLCs as well. Nah, not interested. I just like the one and the two. The two less than the one. The one was perfect. So yeah, perfect length, perfect story, and Tiny Tina. Tiny Tina is amazing. The personality. Oh my God, was she crazy? I do have a PS5 and will probably put GTA 6 by. I don't play consoles. I don't care for consoles. Never did. Al بالقرنة. Yeah, don't like entering. Yeah, those cheat code style games were amazing back in the day. But you had to finish the game first. You had to finish the level first for them to give you the cheat for the level that you had to enter to get to remember to get back to that level. But they didn't like, I don't know. Not a lot of games gave you God mode and stuff like that as cheat codes. Most of them gave you level codes. Yeah, Borderlands 1 is my one of my favorite games ever because of Claptrap. I don't like the person who does claptrap voices nowadays. And in the movie, the Borderlands movie, which was a disaster, and Jet Black doing claptrap did not work for me. It did not work for me. Jack Black doing the voice of Claptrap did not work for me. The original voice actor was much better. Still waiting for Half-Life 3, are ya? Well, not great. It's not gonna come out. Ever. They're working on some secret project, but it's not Half-Life 3. Sorry to disappoint, but it ain't never gonna come. We have a saying in Lebanon that goes, like, roughly translated, if it's gonna rain, it would have been cloudy. It would have clouded already. So, nah. It's never gonna happen. Keep waiting. But there's a lot of Half-Life games that are gonna. I'm not saying that there's no Half-Life games that might appear. They might appear at some point in the future, but it's not gonna be Half-Life 3. It's gonna be some weird replicas of Half-Life 1 and Half-Life 2, or some extension of those and stuff like that, but not Half-Life 3. Exactly, I agree with you, HRF. I prefer Valve put all its effort into Linux than a game that people are waiting for. Red Alert 2. Huh? Red Alert 2. I prefer Red Alert 1. I'm one of those oldies, one of those people who likes old stuff. I prefer Red Alert 1. Red Alert 2, it was too not great for me. Red Alert, the regular Red Alert is there. It still has a lot of people playing it, especially on Linux, because it's available as a Flatpak and as a regular package. But it's Red Alert 1 is the best Red Alert, and it reminds me of the days where I used to play it on dial-up. Oh my god, the days. Black Mesa. Oh my god, you really enjoyed Black Mesa. So did I. I loved that game. That studio who created Black Mesa did a really good job, and it received a lot of DLCs as well. I started playing Prince of Persia 2008 today. Really? 2008? I don't know, not like 2008. My only favorite Prince of Persia, my only two favorite Prince of Persia are 1 and 2 on the DOS system, or Windows 3.1 or Windows 95. I don't remember what Windows they were on, but we used to launch them from DOS. But that's the one I like, the 2D side scroller. Oh, dude, I love this Prince of Persia. That's the only Prince of Persia I will ever replay. None of those 3D new ones. I don't like them. They're too sexualized and destroyed. Story destroyed. Red Alert 1, 2 epic game. Yep, love it. Red Alert 1 and its expansions, best game ever. Yeah, the old Prince of Persia games. Some of I have them. I own them. They have them on GOG. If you go to GOG, you can grab them. Oh, I love GOG for preserving old games. I respect GOG for that. Unreal Tournament, I have them all. Unreal Tournament, I have every single Unreal Tournament ever released. Old, new, they're all amazing. I have a version that not a lot of people have. It's called Unreal Tournament Black Edition. 2000 something Black Edition. Nobody has it. Why nobody has this game? Old DOS ones had no save game. Oh, they do now. If you get them from GOG, they do now. ADOS game, IDOS game. Yeah, it's EIDOS. IDOS games are like Tomb Raider. Yeah. DOS games? Oh, best. Very hard. Yeah. I wish some of them don't run on Linux, unfortunately. Anyway, guys, I will have to begin to Duke Nukem. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, Duke Nukem, I have them all. Paid big money for those. I love these games, all of them. All right. I need to shut down the stream. It's midnight, so over here in Dubai, but it's still 11 p.m. and back home, but I have to work according to time where I am. So thank you for watching the stream. And don't forget, if you want to support the project, use the links below. Don't use YouTube. Use the links below. I lose less. So I will catch you on a video. No, I cannot make a video this Wednesday either because I'll be still in Dubai. I don't have my equipment. I'll be making a video when I get back home. You'll get a live and a video next week. Yeah, I'm in Dubai. I need to enjoy my time. So I'm taking a vacation right now. I'll be back starting next Saturday and a video next Wednesday. Not the coming Wednesday, but the one after. All right. Take care, guys. Good night, and God bless y'all, and peace out. Okay.